know the name, right? Genghis Khan, the man who forged the largest single land empire in all of history. He was an absolutely brilliant strategist, a ruthless conqueror, and the father of an entire nation. But for all of his world-changing achievements, his greatest secret was the one he took to his grave, the location of his tomb. Today, we're diving deep into one of history's most compelling and enduring mysteries.
So let's start with the legend, the chilling story that has really fueled this mystery for centuries. According to the famous traveler Marco Polo, the funeral procession was, well, it was a river of blood. Everyone who laid eyes on it was silenced, permanently. Just think about that for a second. A tomb sealed not by stone, but by death itself. A secret guarded by ghosts.
It's a terrifying story, and it leads us right to the big question. After 800 years of searching, of speculation, of legends, where is he? And this isn't just some historical curiosity. It's like a huge missing chapter in the story of a man who literally redrew the map of the world.
Okay, so to really get why this tomb is so impossible to find, you have to understand something crucial. Its secrecy wasn't an accident. It was a direct command. Genghis Khan was a man of nomadic traditions, and he wanted an unmarked grave. He wanted to return to the earth without any monuments, to be honored in spirit, not with some big, flashy tomb.
So how do you keep a secret that big? Well, there are basically two competing stories. On the one hand, you've got that wild legend of secrecy through slaughter. But historical accounts point to something different, something much more profound. Secrecy through secret duty. An entire tribe, the Urankai, were supposedly appointed as guardians for all time. They were exempt from taxes, from war. Their only job was to protect the sacred land. So, this sacred land, where was it? The search, it seems, always leads to one place, a location that's so wrapped up in Genghis Khan's life that you almost can't separate the two. And this quote, wow, it just says it all. This promise is recorded in the Secret History of the Mongols, which is the oldest surviving piece of Mongolian literature. See, as a young man, Genghis Khan escaped his enemies by hiding on this very mountain. He believed it saved his life, so he made a vow of eternal reverence, a promise that still echoes through Mongolian culture today. So let's get specific. What is Burkhan Khaldun? Well, the name literally means God Mountain. It's located in the Khenti Mountains in northeastern Mongolia, and it's considered the most sacred mountain in the entire nation. This isn't just a hunk of rock, it's a spiritual anchor for the whole country. And its importance, I mean, you can't overstate it. It's believed to be his birthplace. It's the place that saved his life. It's the source of 3 rivers that are sacred to the Mongols. Today, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and even the Mongolian government itself says it's the most likely spot for his tomb. All signs point here.
So you've got this 800-year-old secret, buried in one of the most remote places on the entire planet. How do you even start to look for it without, desecrating sacred land? Well, the answer, it turns out, didn't come from the ground. It came from the stars.
And that's where something called the Valley of the Khans project comes in. This was his incredible idea to search for the tomb in a way that actually honored its secrecy, completely non-invasively. The plan was to use these super high-resolution satellite pictures to scan the whole landscape from above, looking for clues without ever digging a single hole. But the sheer scale of this challenge, it was mind-boggling. The main search area covered 6,000 square kilometers. To put that in perspective, that's an area twice the size of Yosemite National Park. How could a small team of scientists possibly look at all that data? The short answer? They couldn't, but thousands of people could. And this is where the story gets really amazing. The project turned to crowdsourcing. They created a platform called Tomnod, which is the Mongolian word for big eye. Get this, over 10,000 volunteers from all over the world logged on. They donated 30,000 hours of their own time and generated a mind-blowing 2.3 million potential points of interest. The way they did it was absolutely brilliant. This huge area was chopped up into tiny little pictures for volunteers to look at. And since nobody knows what the tomb actually looks like, the instruction was simple. Just tag anything that looks out of the ordinary. If enough people tagged the same spot, computer algorithms would flag it, and then a team on the ground would go check it out. So you've got this massive digital eye scanning sacred land, you've got thousands of people and smart algorithms all focused on this one goal. This has to be it, right? Did they finally solve the 800-year-old mystery? The answer? No. After all of that unprecedented effort, the tomb of Genghis Khan is still a secret. The conqueror's final wish holds. But
And this is a huge but. The story doesn't end there. In a way, the project's failure led to this incredible, completely unexpected success. So while they didn't find the tomb, the crowd's big eye found 55 previously unknown and culturally important archaeological sites. We're talking everything from Bronze Age burial mounds to ancient forts and Mongol period buildings. The project basically redrew the archaeological map of the entire region, all while looking for the one thing it never found. And all of this kind of brings us to a much deeper question, doesn't it? Is the tomb really lost? Or is it just unfindable because it's being actively and very successfully protected? Maybe the mystery continues not because of failure, but because of respect. I mean, just look at the layers of protection around this place. The area is inside a massive, strictly protected national park. It's an official national monument. For centuries, descendants of those ancient guardians, the Shard Darkhad, have patrolled these lands. And maybe most important of all, there's this profound cultural taboo, a belief that waking the founder of their nation would bring nothing but disaster. And that's really what this all boils down to. What looks like an archaeological puzzle to the rest of the world is, for the Mongolian people, a living, breathing, sacred legacy. The goal for them isn't discovery, it's protection. And the fact that the tomb isn't on our maps is really a testament to their success in honoring their founder's final wish. And that leaves us with this one last, really challenging thought. The whole search for Genghis Khan's tomb puts our modern desire for knowledge and discovery head-to-head with an ancient and deeply held spiritual belief. It forces us to ask, what's the real prize here? Is it solving one of history's greatest mysteries, or is it respecting the sanctity of one of its greatest figures? The answer, just like the tomb itself, remains hidden.